and the overall theme of the show too, with bullies. When we started talking about doing a show about bullies, and we had some sessions where we sat around with all the artists and we started like brainstorming, and so many of us had these bully stories that we knew we were on to something.
It was kind of scary. All of us artists we got beat up as kids.
So we're a bunch of nerds, and here we are.
We'll show those bullies a thing or two. We'll do a show about them.
That's right.
We'll get even.
No more. There's a new Madame Blueberry in town, and she's... Now, I think I had to write this part, because I think you said Madame Blueberry, and then underneath that you said something about the teaching. And that's what you put in the script.
You were always more of the teacher. I was always more of the comedian.
Because you see the penguins on the mantle? Do you see the penguins?
Oh, there's penguins on them. I never... Oh, go back.
Well, that's in my
We're not allowed to stop this.
That's in my on-camera interview, too. But we did that as a tip of the hat to the guys that were working on this because, as you said, most of this was being done during Jonah. So all the Jonah animators were animating on Jonah, so we started out with the guys that had done the Penguins videos.
Wow.
Now, as animators came off of Jonah, they were joining us, too. So this is a mixture of two teams working hand in hand. Well, not literally, but...
Tongue in cheek?
Foot and
mouth?
Foul. Yeah, foot and mouth. Hoof and mouth.
So this whole set, this whole palace, everything, and this was the most complex set in this show, had 20,000 polygons in it. Okay, now for reference...
Didn't Khalil's turban have more than
20,000? For reference, on the Jonah pirate ship, there was a bag. Inside the bag was a bowling pin, and the bowling pin had 20,000 polygons in it.
Yep.
Okay, and you don't even see it because it's inside the bag.
We got polygons just to kick around. Yeah, we got some complaints on this show, too, just because Larry was kind of nasty.
Oh, that's right, we
king.
did.
Yeah.
We did. Like, we can't have him pretend to be nasty.
Yeah, because
he's our cucumber. We can have him do whatever we want.
He's really a nice guy. He's just an actor,
nice guy. Yeah, he's got to work.
Yeah.
He's got to put food on the table, make sure he gets his SAG medical coverage.
Do you think it would have worked the other way around if Bob would have been King George and Larry would have been Louis?
He would have seemed much more sinister, I think.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
Not quite as jokey?
Because, it's a farce.
Yeah.
When Larry does something bad, it's farcical.
Right.
When Bob does something bad, it's disturbing.
Okay, this takes my vote for the worst animation we've ever done. She looks like a Macy's Day balloon hovering over his crib.
Well, there were only 9
it's
people.
It's kind of frightening. If you saw that in your crib, wouldn't you be frightened?
Look, it's putting him right to sleep. Oh, I've never seen sadder peas.
Me neither.
Why are those rocks green?
Those are bushes.
Oh.
When you showed me the script of this, I made this talked about this in the commentary or in the interview. You showed it to me on your laptop computer, and I was so impressed just that it was on a laptop computer. And I didn't know if you were more proud of the script or your laptop when you showed it to me. It was really.
It was an Apple Duo.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Teeny weeny ones.
Yep.
Oh, that's one of my wife's favorite lines from any VeggieTales video.
Oh, mine too. Ooh, grapes.
Grapes.
Yeah, I like that.
Maybe it's you. Sometimes I get you guys confused. Dad's tie was vibrating there.
Wait, let's back up a little bit.
Just keep going. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Poor Larry.
Yeah.
Or actually, this was confusing too because when I was making notes, usually what I'll do when I make animation notes is I'll call the characters by whatever character name they are in the story. Well, since this is a Three Stooges story, that's Larry right there. The equivalent of Larry and Moe at the bottom, and Curly is actually up on the top. So I was giving directions calling Larry Curly, and Jimmy or Jerry Larry. I'm confused already. I confused myself again.
and Moe was who?
Yeah, Moe was Moe. That was not any confusion at all.
Here's Junior in one of his cutest roles. Yeah. And you notice we found a pot that mimicked the shape of his hat. Perfectly, because that's his, silhouette. And if you've bought the VeggieTales chicken nuggets from Tyson's, you'll know that
I haven't seen those yet. Are those out?
Yeah, I was walking through the grocery store and there they were.
Wow, how'd you feel about that?
It was all very weird. I think the whole concept of pressing chicken into the shape of a vegetable is a little bit odd. And I'll just have to point this out, but if any of you have seen The Little Mermaid 2, they end with a scene of about 10 penguins hanging off the edge of a cliff
Oh, yeah.
by each other's hands and feet,
And this was done way before that.
holding up a much larger character, I think a walrus, in a shot that looks almost exactly like that one. Huh.
Coincidence?
Huh. Oh, I painted that. I painted that background. That's really stinky.
There's our
Hey, the
castle again.
clouds are moving now.
Yeah, they're moving because there's a beauty shot at the end.
Oh, that was nice.
Back to yellow.
Yeah.
You know what it was? I remember what we were trying to do. We were trying to get a softer feel and a better, less harsh feel on the countertop.
Okay.
But what we ended up, I
And
think
we
it would have worked.
confused less harsh with yellow.
Well, I think if their eyes and Larry's tooth would have been white,
Yeah.
everything would have been fine.
Oh yeah.
So if we would have
would've.
sort of detached their eyelights from the, the
Right. Look
softer
at those
yellow
guys.
lights.
Are they
Yep.
looking yellow? Holy mackerel.
Yep, but we corrected on the next show. What was the next show after this? Was it
Esther,
Esther?
wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was Esther. Yeah.
I think it was Esther.
Yeah, there was no yellowness.
That
going
was
on
a
there.
little overambitious, you know?
No. It was glorious.
We got a letter about this one.
What's that?
Dad fainting.
Really? We got a letter about that?
Yeah, that it wasn't a good modeling of fathers to have him faint. See, Mom should have fainted. But it wouldn't have been funny if Mom faints.
No,
it
no.
would have been sexist. It would have been a stereotype, a negative
Yeah,
stereotype
yeah.
if Mom fainted.
Yep.
But it was counter stereotype, which makes it ironic if Dad faints. But then I got a letter.
Is that what you
See,
said in your letter, in your response?
I think I just threw it away. No.
No, you
I
didn't.
think I said something like that.
Well, that's it. We knew scripturally Miriam did stick up for her brother. She did, little brother. She watched out for him. She put herself in harm's way for baby Moses.
Right.
And we wanted to make sure that truth was there. We wanted to put tell the story about how that happened. And of course, it was a little more interesting if we put the standard sibling rivalry
Right.
in there.
Right.
That's hard to say, sibling rivalry.
It is. It's fun to say.
You could say sibling revelry.
Yeah.
Sebring revelry. That's when Chrysler cars have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Now you write that. We could have put that in the show.
By the way, there's a green dragon to the left. In his room is a green dragon, which is probably the most complex thing. And there's the blue wind-up lobster.
Oh, yeah.
The green dragon is probably the most complex thing I have personally ever modeled.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nothing ever got more complex than that dragon until we had other modelers.
I'm specialized in the field.
I'm not a very good modeler. It's like, okay, there's actual and overt reference to Jesus in Dickens' story. And thought, okay, so then Dickens will not roll over in his grave,
Right.
if we do an Easter adaptation of his story.
Now, he might roll over in his grave because we're doing a vegetable adaptation of his story, but that's another story.
Yeah.
Story.
And really, if he does roll in his grave, it doesn't affect me.
No.
Really, I wouldn't even know.
I don't think people really roll in their grave.
No.
No.
Okay. Well, then that solves that problem.
Yep.
I don't think that doesn't really sound like Larry
I did this.
sneezing.
I did the sound effects for this show,
Yeah.
and that was like a stock cartoon effects.
Because what? You didn't know
sneeze.
how to sneeze?
I just thought it sounded funny. And this is before I entered my realism period.
God's blessing comes as we do what He asks us to do and what He wants us to do. And that's what we were trying to bring out in this,
Per se.
per se.
That makes me laugh every single time. I would have laughed then, except David was talking and I was listening.
It would have been okay if you laughed. You can laugh.
I would,
then
but
it
I
was-
didn't even hear it because I was listening to you.
But we would have sounded like we were laughing at you.
And that's
Well,
just rude.
But you do frequently, so that's okay.
We're blessed and saddled with vegetables. They're both a blessing and a saddlement at the same time. Because they're a blessing because everyone likes them very much.
Yeah,
they're
that's
they're
good.
very
That's a blessing.
popular.
Uh-huh.
So it helps you to tell a
Right.
story with the vegetables.
Sure.
But then people like it. They
Right.
want it.
They want it.
But at the same time, you want to actually give girls, a beautiful role model.
Uh-huh.
but she has to be limbless and green. And so you're trying to think, okay, no girl's gonna want to play with this Barbie doll. It's got no arms, and it's green, and has brown eyes that look like amphibious eyes until
No,
we
see, look, those are nice.
Yeah, because they have
See, you
whites
get the
around
whites,
them. Yeah, the
so
whites.
she looks nice. That's a nice looking Madame Blueberry right there. They did
Yeah,
a
and
great
look,
job.
we have a wonderfully strong, intelligent female mayor, and yet still they're griping because the villain is a lady. Oh man, I can't win for nothing.
Have another sip of mocha.
We're drinking coffee here to keep our energy up because they have us locked in the booth recording 3 directors' commentaries in an hour and a half. Holy mackerel.
Now, why are his brothers so small?
Because they're peas.
Well,